Lezi izindaba zeThembisa online. Right ake sikubingelele sikwamukele sawubona igama lami ngingumfanelo UPhenyibheshu ngingowakwa Dzanibe isibongo. Sikwethulela izindaba konke okwenzekayo endaweni yaseThembisa, Ivory Park, Rabe Ridge nezindawo ezisungezile. Sikwethulela umbiko lapho sithi khona ungqongqoshe womnyango wezezimali nokuthuthukiswa kwezeminotho esifundazweni saseGauteng umhlonishwa uLebohang Maile wethuleke inkulumo kwisithangami sabe indaba asibambele eSandton eGoli. Kanti ke kulesi sithangami sabe indaba kubalula kabanzi ngeqhaza elikhona ukusetshenziswa kanjalo nezimali ke ezibhekele omasipala. Kuningi ke nje ke okuvelayo kuyona ke inkulumo yakhe njengalokho ke ekubalula nanokuthi ke akhona ke namakhansela amanye akweleda ke ikakhulukazi ke omasipala noma nje ke uhulumeni. Ake singene ngaphakathi ke sethamele lesi sithangami sabezindaba.
End of every month, accounting officers of municipalities submit financial statements to the Gauteng Provincial Treasury detailing their state of municipal budgets as required by Section 71.1 of the Municipal Finance Management Act, number 56 of 2003. Furthermore, on a quarterly basis, the Gauteng Provincial Treasury compiles a consolidated statement on the state of municipal budgets and submits the documents to the Gauteng Provincial Legislature in compliance with Section 71.7 of the MFMA. Therefore, today we are publishing the consolidated quarterly statement of municipal finance report covering the first half of the 2025-2026 financial year, which ended on 31 December 2025. We are doing this in a conscious effort to inform the public about the financial performance of municipalities in our province and how this impact on service delivery to communities. At the start of the current municipal financial year, on 1 July 2025, Gauteng municipalities adopted a consolidated budget of 229.1 billion for operating revenue and 222.2 billion for operating expenses, resulting in an overall budgeted operating surplus of 6.9 billion. The total operational revenue generated by Gauteng municipalities as of 31 December 2025 was 123.3 billion, or 53.9% of the annual budget and 3.9% more than the 50% straight line estimate. The metropolitan municipalities were the primary contributors. City of Ekurhuleni contributed 34.5 billion. City of Johannesburg contributed 48.5 billion, and the City of Tshwane 27.6 billion. The operating expenditure incurred during this period amounted to 109.2 billion, representing 49.2% of the annual budget, the main contributors being the metropolitan municipalities. As a result, most of Gauteng municipalities have generally been functioning within the adopted budget during the first half of this financial year. However, the City of Johannesburg, Lesedi Local Municipality, Mirafong City Local Municipality, and Rand West City Local Municipality reported accumulated operating deficit during this period. The collection rate for majority of the Gauteng municipalities as at the end of December 2025 was 30.1 billion, or 116%, which is higher than the 95% expected standard as per the MFMA Circular 71. However, the collection rate for City of Johannesburg, Mfuleni Local Municipality, Lesedi Local Municipality, and Mirafong Local Municipality were below the expected norm of 95%. Gauteng municipalities have approved an aggregated capital expenditure budget of 16.2 billion for the 2025-2026 financial year, reflecting an increase from the previous year's budget of 14.9 billion. This represents a growth of nearly 1.3 billion, or approximately 8% in allocations dedicated to infrastructure development. The capital budget is supported primarily by conditional grants allocated through the Division of Revenue Act number 24 of 2024 that represent national grants of 55%, which is 8.9 billion. Provincial allocations accounting for 8%, which is 1.4 billion. Borrowings for infrastructure development, 22%, which is 3.5 billion, and capital projects that are funded by internally generated funds representing 15%, which is 2.4 billion. As of 31 December 2025, Gauteng municipalities reported a total expenditure of 5.4 billion, accounting for 34% of the annual budget. Although aggregate expenditure remains below the 50% threshold at this stage, except for Rand West City local municipality at 68%, historical trends indicate that municipalities are likely to achieve at least 85% of budgeted spending by the end of the financial year. The following is the performance of individual grants in municipalities as of the 31st December 2025. Municipal infrastructure grant is 62%. All the municipalities have spent above the required 40%. Notable Lesedi is sitting at 89%. Integrated urban development grant, 52%. Mohali City is the only recipient of the grant, reporting 52% as of 31 December 2025. Water services infrastructure grant is at 46%, and the average spending is 46%. Mohali City is the highest performing municipality with an average spending of 59%, and such a level of expenditure is highly commendable, whilst Mirafong Local and Lesedi performed below the required 40% at 39% and 32% respectively. Urban Settlement Development Grant, 23%. The USDG, as is commonly known, average spending is 23%, which is a grant for metropolitan municipalities. This low spending will likely affect service delivery negatively if acceleration plans on CAPEX spending are not developed and implemented. Neighborhood Development Partnership Grant, 32%. Overall expenditure as of 31 December 2025 is reported at an average of 34%. The spending is concerning and low. Integrated Electrification Program grant is sitting at 59%. The aggregated expenditure is satisfactory, and the municipalities are likely to spend their entire allocation by 30 June 2026. Public Transport Network grant is sitting at 21%. The reported average spending is 21% in the Public Transport Network grant, and is one of the largest capital grants received by metros. Yet, it is one of the worst performing grants. All the recipients of this grant are not performing well, as no municipality managed to spend above 40%. There is high possibility that the allocation will be reduced as per requirements of Division of Revenue, Section 17 and 18. The National Treasury has issued Circular 130, which was developed in collaboration with provincial treasuries and in line with the requirement of the MFMA. This circular confronts the significant infrastructure challenges that the country and provinces are currently facing, particularly the issue of aging infrastructure. Municipalities must immediately prioritize the renewal of existing infrastructure assets in their adjusted budget for the 2025-2026 fiscal year. Specifically, they are mandated to allocate 60% of their capital budget to the renewal of these assets and 40% new infrastructure projects. Moreover, the circular underscores the vital necessity of repairs and maintenance for infrastructure assets. Municipalities are required to budget at least 8% of their total infrastructure assets value for repairs and maintenance, ensuring that service delivery remains uninterrupted and effective for the communities in Gauteng. In addition, the Gauteng Provincial Treasury has issued a practice note regarding this matter in order to facilitate effective planning for infrastructure development and to ensure that all required activities are undertaken so that municipalities can optimize the use of allocated funds. In strengthening municipal finance management across Gauteng, we will intensify targeted support to municipalities through a strategic and developmental supply chain management approach. This will focus on improving procurement planning, accelerating capital expenditure and infrastructure delivery, and reducing unauthorized, irregular, fruitless, and wasteful expenditure through strengthened preventative controls. These measures will enhance governance, promote ethical procurement, and ensure that municipal resources are utilized efficiently and transparently to improve service delivery outcomes. As at 31 December 2025, Gauteng municipalities reported an aggregate debtors balance of 165.7 billion. A significant portion of the total debt balance is related to households at 73.3%, commercial at 23.2%, and state organs at 3%. Gauteng municipalities are having difficulty putting credit control policies into practice, which leads to a poor collection rate and ultimately an inability to pay off debts when they become due. The Gauteng provincial government outstanding debt to municipalities amount to 2 billion as at the end of December 2025, following payment of 1.7 million against a total billed amount of 2.19 billion. The debt profile is largely concentrated within the three metropolitan municipalities, the city of Johannesburg, city of Tshwane, and the city of Ekurhuleni, which together account for the majority of the outstanding balance. The main drivers of the provincial debt are the Department of Infrastructure Development, accounting for 51% of the debt, followed by education at 33% and health at 12%. While progress has been made through targeted payments, the current debt levels remain significant and require sustained intervention. In collaboration with the Gauteng Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, we continue to engage municipalities through structured intergovernmental platforms, including the Debt Management Committee, to verify accounts, resolve historical discrepancies, and implement payment plans aligned to available cash flows. Priority is being given to stabilizing municipal finances, preventing service disruptions, and strengthening financial controls to avoid the accumulation of new debt. Gauteng municipalities have reported an aggregated creditors balance amounting to 37.9 billion as at 31 December 2025, which is a significant decrease from 53.2 billion reported in November 2025. The main contributor to this reduction was the city of Tshwane, which reported creditors of 5.7 billion compared to 18.3 billion reported in November 2025. The bulk of the aggregated creditors balance relates to bulk electricity, accounting for 53.7% of the total creditors, followed by trade creditors at 30%. In this period, 3 municipalities, namely the city of Ekurhuleni, Midvaal Local Municipality, Mogale City, were able to pay their suppliers within 30 days during this period. Dzanibe still has a balance of over 90 days. In 2023, the National Treasury granted approval to 5 municipalities in Gauteng to participate in the Eskom Debt Relief Program. These municipalities are Mfanelo, Lesedi, Mogale, Rand West, and Mirafong City. The municipal debt relief is for a period of 36 months only, and is a leverage on government's bigger proposals to a debt relief package for Eskom. At the municipalities, all the municipalities, 36 months will end in 2027. There are 14 conditions set out in the MFMA Circular 124, which these municipalities should comply with monthly to qualify for the write-off. These conditions are essentially aimed at restoring a set of basic minimum financial management best practice in municipalities, owing Eskom and change the municipal culture of not paying bulk suppliers and municipal and Eskom culture to not collect revenue. Rand West City was the first municipality to receive a write-off of 279.7 million from the ring-fence debt of 839.7 million after complying with the conditions of the Eskom debt relief program, followed by Mfanelo and Mogale City, which were granted their first one-third write-off on the one-third write-off on the 16th of December 2024 and 20th of February 2025, amounting to 1.9 billion and 72.1 million respectively. All these municipalities are awaiting National Treasury's approval of their second write-off. Lesedi and Mirafong City completed the first cycle at the end of November 2024 and second cycle in November 2025. However, a final assessment has yet to be finalized by National Treasury to determine whether they qualify for the write-off or not. Mogale City is one of the best performing municipalities under the debt relief program, and the municipality has adopted a funded budget and continually paying its current Eskom account. Mfanelo local municipality signed a distribution agency agreement with Eskom and entered into a special purpose vehicle agreement with Rand Water Services, which plays a key role in debt management between the municipality and the two entities. Payment of suppliers within 30 days is not discretionary. It is a legal requirement in terms of Section 65, subsection 2, subsection E of the Municipal Finance Management Act. In enforcing the legal requirement that suppliers be paid within 30 days, government is also addressing outstanding debt owed to municipalities by public office bearers. As at 31 December 2025, municipal councillors and officials or workers collectively owed municipalities approximately 165.7 million, with the largest balances recorded in the city of Johannesburg at 74.8 million, the city of Tshwane 36.2 million, and the city of Ekurhuleni 22.9 million. These amounts are primarily attributable to municipal officials. Formal correspondence has been issued to municipalities to enforce recovery measures and ensure compliance by councillors and officials. In total, councillors in various municipalities in Gauteng owe municipalities an aggregated amount of 5.5 million. It must be noted that councillors who owe their respective municipalities, except for those in the city of Ekurhuleni, each have outstanding balances on their accounts ranging from 100,000 and above. In addition, officials owe their respective municipalities a total of 160.2 million as at 31 December 2025. In this regard, the city of Johannesburg is leading with 72 million owed by officials, followed by the city of Tshwane, city of Ekurhuleni, and Mfanelo with the debt of over 10 million each. In conclusion, the Gauteng Provincial Treasury continues to support and monitor the progress on municipal spending against the projections to meet service delivery objectives to communities. That is why, amongst other things, we have introduced the following initiatives. The department has appointed 10 municipal advisors through a municipal finance hands-on support program to provide technical hands-on support to selected municipalities in the province. Among some notable achievements due to the program is an improvement in the 2023-2024 audit outcomes, such as reduced audit findings in most of our municipalities. The advisors will continue to work with municipal officials in improving their budgeting techniques with a view of reducing the number of municipalities tabling the underfunded budgets. In collaboration with the Gauteng Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, we established an intergovernmental structure known as the Debt Management Committee. Since the establishment of the DMC in 2017-2018 financial year, municipalities have received a cumulative total of 21.4 billion in payments from the Gauteng provincial government. The largest share of these payments has consistently been directed to the 3 metropolitan municipalities, reflecting both the scale of services rendered and historical account backlogs, with Mfanelo local municipality also receiving significant portion relative to other local municipalities. This track record demonstrates that whilst outstanding balances remain at the point in time, the DMC has been an effective platform for systematic debt reduction, account verification, and structured settlements, reinforcing the commitment to honor our obligations and supporting municipal financial sustainability. Thank you very much.
Iyake muzwa kwethu nawe ke uyizwele njengalokhu ke imsindo kanjalo nezithombe siqoshelwe uThabo uTabiya wakwaSibiya. Mina ke igama lami ngingumfanelo UPhenyibheshu ngingwakwaDzanibe isibongo. Umbiko lona esuqopheke endaweni ihhovisi le Invest SA eSandton khona lapha ke esifundazweni saseGauteng.